And what shall I call you?
You can call me Emily.
Okay, where are you from, Emily?
I am from Bogota, Colombia.
And are you a student or do you work?
I am an international business and modern languages student, and I am doing my internship in the Colombian Air Force.
Okay, can I check your identification?
Of course.
Okay, thank you. Now, in this first part of the exam, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about your home. Do you live in a house or a flat?
I live in a house.
Okay. What's a popular part of your hometown?
Well, I live in a house in Bogota, Colombia, and a popular place in my hometown is downtown Bogota, which is La Candelaria, which is a popular place where you can know about the history about Colombia. Most of the museums and all the art is down there in downtown. There's also Monserrate, which is on this mountain that you can go upstairs and see most of the city.
Okay. Are there many shops in your hometown?
There's a lot of shops in my hometown. In Bogota, everything is really near. If you compare Bogota or most of the cities in Colombia are really different as the United States, because in the United States you have long distances. Here in Colombia, if you want to go to a market, where you just cross the street or you just walk, you don't need a car just to go to the supermarket or go to shopping.
Okay. And now let's talk about your books. Do you like reading?
I love reading. I love reading. As I am a mother language student and international student, it is really important for me to read because I need a lot of vocabulary in different languages. So for me, it is a really good way to learn new words.
Okay. What was the last book you read?
The last book I read was The Seven Spiritual Laws, and it was awesome. It makes me open my mind about the spiritual and the physical world.
Okay. Do you often talk to others about your read? About what you read?
I I often talk to others about what I read because it is a really good way to communicate others new ideas. Since I read, I think I got new knowledge and I can express good knowledge. My last book was about differentiate the physical and material world, and it's really good for people to know that it is also important to have good values and take care about yourself instead of the material things.
Okay. Have you ever given a book as a present?
Yeah, last month I gave a friend of mine a book as a present, even though he don't like books, he like cars and parties. I give him a book because I want him to have a little part of me. No, I don't know if he read it or not, but I do it with most of my heart.
Okay. Would you suggest reading reviews before buying a book?
Well, in my own opinion, I don't suggest reading reviews before buying a book because you will know what's the book about. It is better to you to surprise by just the title. If you like the title, go read it. And if you don't like it, well, don't finish it. But it is better just to get surprised about the title of the book instead of reviewing the book.
Okay. Now, let's move on the second part of the exam. I'm going to give you a topic and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you start, you will have 1 minute to think about what you are going to say. You can make some notes if you want. Do you understand?
I understood.
Okay, so let me share my screen. Can you see the screen?
Yes, I can see the screen.
Okay, so um, you have here a pencil and paper for writing notes, and here is your topic. You would like to talk about a time when you couldn't use your mobile phone.
Okay.
okay, so remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I will tell you when the time's up. Can you start speaking now, please?
So, the last time I couldn't use my phone was last month, the 28th of August. I went to Tampa, Florida to work in a printing factory, Hits Promotions. So, I take this job because I need money for my college. And this job was very difficult for me. I started from 2 p.m. until 3 a.m. It was almost 11 hours with just 1 hour of a break. So I decided just to take this time for me to work and focus on my studies and don't pay any data or 5G to my mobile phone. So I was almost for 1 month from the 28th of August until the 8th of October without data or any type of communication. Well, of course, I have Wi-Fi for my classes, but I didn't use my mobile phone. So since I worked too much time, when I got home, I just slept for 4 hours and then I wake up because I am an international business student. So I have to wake up for online classes. And from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m., I was studying with my computer, and then I just took a shower really, really fast and go to work. And I didn't have time to see my phone, even though I have Wi-Fi in my home. I didn't use my phone. I just took this time just to focus on my studies and do my best in my job. It was really good for me because well, it was hard because I miss my family and I didn't communicate as much as I want to with my family or friends, but I also take a really good breath about social media. In my opinion, I think social media is currently affecting my mental health. So
Okay,
it was
thank you.
really great. Thank you.
Okay. Do you often have to stop using your mobile phone?
Uh, I do I do often stop using my mobile phone since I already told you. I think social media, the bad communication that you have by your phone makes you have like crisis or just have starting like kind of mental health issues. So for my mental health, I stopped using and just start living the moment and appreciate and value the little things of life.
All right. Now we have been talking about a moment in which you had to stop using your mobile phone, and I would like to ask you some more general questions related to the topic. First of all, let's talk about regulations. Do you think there should be regulations on the use of mobile phones?
Of course, I agree that there should be regulations on the use of mobile phones because nowadays there's a lot of content and information in the media, in the internet, and there's no type of regulation. Just little kids, teenagers have they are not. It's not that they don't deserve to know that kind of information. It's just that they need a certain age to learn and to be mature enough to understand that kind of information. So in my opinion, it is really necessary to have regulations on mobile phones.
Okay. What do you think of primary school students owning a mobile phone?
I think that's ridiculous. I went to primary school, middle school without a cell phone. I understand nowadays things have changed, but I don't think it is necessary for a primary school of 8 years, 9 years to have a phone. Like there's a school bus, they can communicate in class, and if they're at home, they can play games with their family just to instead of being in a cell phone, just to be in the moment.
Okay. What minimum age do you think it's appropriate for owning a cell phone?
Uh, in my personal opinion, it will be minimum age 13 years old. I think that's the moment where a kid is becoming a teenager and they are changing their mind. So I think that's a good age that they are maturing. And since nowadays having a cell phone or a mobile phone it's important, it is a good age to be mature enough to have a cell phone.
Okay. Do you think people depend on mobile phones too much today?
Well, if you asked me these questions 2 years ago, I think people like to use mobile phones, but they didn't depend. They just use it because they like it. They enjoy social media. They enjoy to communicate with it. But now, 2021, where after COVID, we all depend on mobile phones or computers or technology because since COVID-19, separate us from others, the only way that we were united was by mobile phones. So nowadays I can be in Asia and be in my class. And like even a mobile phone is more important than a computer because a computer is bigger. If you have a mobile phone, you can take it everywhere and you will be communicating with someone in Asia, in Russia, in every part of the world. So I think nowadays it is just a must to have a cell phone. Even though you don't want it, you need one to communicate with others.
Okay. Can you imagine a world without mobile phones?
I can't imagine. I think I wish I was born in 20th century because I think it will be like more romantic, like for writing letters to communicate with people for long distances. And I think people value more the moments because nowadays like you can go hang out with your friends but everyone is taking the picture of the food or taking a selfie and they're not enjoying what the real moment is. They're just thinking about other things. So in my opinion, I wish I was born in a world without mobile phones.
Okay. Thank you. That is the end of the test.
Thank you.
Bueno, pues yo cronometré el tiempo y te puse